Hello, Vary Mackenzie here again with the fourth video in the series, Starting Your Journey Towards a PhD. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about what you need to know if you're applying for a studentship to our student-led open competition. In other words, where you as the applicant write the research proposal. We award around 30 studentships every year as part of this competition. And in the box on the right-hand side of your screen, you will see some of the key dates that you need to have in scope just now. So let me underline the importance of the 9th of December. This is the deadline for your application with all the various necessary documentation. And the second deadline I want to draw your attention to is the 9th of February. This is the deadline for your full application, which you need to submit if your university has selected you as one of the candidates to go forward to the next stage of the competition. So these are really important deadlines. There are a number of regulations associated with this competition, which I'm going to really quickly run through here. And then in the next slide, I'll talk to you about some of the implications of these. Students can apply through any of our disciplinary pathways. You can apply to multiple pathways, but you can only apply to one university. You also need to think about applying not only to the Scottish Graduate School for a funded studentship, you also need to apply separately for admission to an individual university. And universities differ in when they want that process completed. So you need to check the deadlines within your chosen university. Okay, so what does some of that mean for what you do now, what you need to decide and when you need to decide it? Well, you should be thinking now about which disciplinary pathways most closely suit you and the project that you want to do. And you also need to start to scope out which universities would allow you to study on these pathways. And that information is available on our website. As I said earlier, you can apply to more than one pathway. So it might be that your proposal would suit the pathways of sociology and health, or human geography and politics. And you can speak to supervisors about the best configuration of pathways. But because you can only apply to one university, it's really important that you make an informed decision about which university to target. It might be a university that you have already attended, that you're currently at, or you might want to target a university that's particularly renowned for the discipline that you're interested in studying within. You should start now to be thinking about a draft research proposal. It might be useful for you to look at the guidance on our website and to look at some of the exemplar proposals from previous years. It is important that over the next few weeks that you start to carefully read all of the guidance for this particular year. And we should give you a warning. Our guidance is very detailed, so please don't leave that to the last minute. At this point, you will also want to be in touch with a possible supervisor. You might already know who you would like to supervise you. You might already have had these conversations, but if you haven't, you should start to have those conversations now. If you don't know the name of a possible supervisor, you will find it useful to check out the university subject area or staff pages, or you can contact the representative for the pathway that you want to apply under at your chosen university, and that information again is on our website. So once you have a draft proposal and you've sent it to a prospective supervisor, it's important to recognise that you will need quite a lot of time to hone your proposal. It's unlikely that any supervisor will say, this is a perfect proposal, it's ready for submission. You're likely to need a number of weeks to work through suggestions and comments for improvement. You might also have to expect to chase emails that you've sent to a prospective supervisor. Prospective supervisors at this time of year are going to be very busy, so don't worry about sending reminders. You should also be starting to think about which referees you want to use and to check that they're happy for you to give their contact details. Also, let them know what they will need to do and when they'll need to do it. So check that they're going to be around at the crucial point where references need to be submitted. Once you submit through SGSSS Apply, which is our online platform, then you'll need to wait and see if you're selected by your university at stage 1 of the process. And you need to be ready to make any tweaks that they ask for prior to second stage submission. After that, you're going to have to wait for further rigorous review, which involves reviewers from other universities and other disciplines. You won't get a final decision until the middle of May next year, so you have to prepare to be patient. Good luck with your application.